Last time on Cursebreaker. In order to make it through the Fernglade, we had to bargain with an uncooperative elf man. Despite his warnings, Holly attempted to cross the river using her own magic and wound up getting attacked by a nightmarish aboleth that lives in the river. Fast forward a few moments, and our skull friend Dimitri is trying to melt the party with laser beams while Holly floats unconscious face down in the river. A little bit of quick thinking and some help from Holly's sister saved the day. But it looks like the Fernglade isn't getting any easier. We've set off deeper into the woods and now find ourselves surrounded by a dense white fog. And I'm pretty sure Thibiaut said not to go into the fog. Last we spoke, you had all left the river scene for the fog scene. As you continue traveling down the path, the fog has closed in behind you and worked itself so that your visibility is about 5 feet. That is to say, if any of you get a person's width away from the other, you will lose track of each other. I think Thibiaut still has some sense of direction, that you're going generally the right way. Mm-hmm. But aside from that, you are very nearly lost.
Guys, I think we should hold hands, probably. Snack?
Is this some sort of ritual, Uli?
Yes, it's a don't get lost spell, and it's very important and strong. So please hold my hand.
It's wonderful to have prepared such a thing.
Mm-hmm. I'm very thoughtful.
Snack holds Uli's hand.
I hope it works.
Do not let go, or I will kill you myself.
What is the order that you are walking in?
Uli will head up the party.
I'm right behind to give direction.
Should this be a height thing, or?
I'll probably be between after Thibiaut, I guess.
I'll need to either be holding Snack's tail or Thibiaut's robe.
Snack is holding Uli's hand, so...
Are we in a V formation?
Uli's just at the front with her hands
I see.
being held by two people?
Sure.
Thibiaut has the skeleton arms facing the north and south of him, kind of deal. One skeletal arm is on Uli, and the other one is behind him down to Bert.
Okay.
Okay.
Perfect.
As you're walking through these woods, there's not a lot of features that you can see. Looking at the ground, it's just kind of like a well-worn rut in the ground that you're traveling through, and then there's some yellowed grass kind of pouring over the edges of the path. Thibiaut, you know the next landmark, the final river that you have to cross, is called the Quiet Strid. This river is dangerous all the time, not because of fey people or anything. It's because this small stream, it's very narrow, only about 5 feet across at any given point. The water looks completely still all the time, but it's not still. The water churns, it swirls in a circle. Once you dip into the Strid, you find out that there is a current, and the current goes straight down.
That's bad.
Ooh. We will need to tread very carefully here. Be very careful where you step. Take it very slow because the Strid, it will pull you under and you will disappear. It is very dangerous.
Yeah, I've had enough of drowning for one day, I think.
Yes. Do I have any idea of how far away we are from it?
You've probably got another half an hour of walking from that river that you had just left.
Okay.
But being in this fog, it kind of ruins your sense of how far you're getting. So it's hard to tell really how close it might be.
Yeah, so I'm kind of preparing everyone in ahead of time because I don't exactly know where we are.
Mm-hmm. The bladder of venom that I got off of the monster. Does it have a scent?
Probably. It's probably pretty stinky. Yeah.
Uli, I need my hand for a second.
Nope, that's against the rules.
I try with my tail. I'm going to try to pull the sack of venom out of the lamp.
All right, give me sleight of hand, just because I'm curious.
Sleight of tail.
Sleight of tail.
Natural one.
All right.
Oh, no, we're going to be all pee-pee.
All right, you are poking around for it in your belongings with your tail, and you just feel wetness, and you realize that you have pierced the bladder with your tail.
Say, Bert,
Yeah, Snack.
do you know much of... Have you read about venoms before?
Oh, venoms, poisons. Yeah, I know a little bit.
Could you tell what type of venom this is, and I lift out my tail.
When you lift out your tail, you see there's a viscous, pale green liquid covering the tip of your tail. It has kind of the snotty consistency. I need you to make a Constitution save with disadvantage for the level of saturation.
Ooh.
Would it cancel out if he's got advantage on con saves right now?
Oh yeah, he does.
Well,
Doesn't matter.
Yeah,
He rolled
okay.
real good.
All right.
I'm at 19 with disadvantage.
Yeah,
so.
you succeed that.
Damn.
You're able to just kind of wipe it on the grass. You can see that it was in the process of turning some of your scales slimy and translucent, but you managed to get it off of you before it really set in.
Whoa.
Gross.
I'm going to do a nature check for that.
Yeah.
Ugh, that smells awful.
What are you doing, Snack?
Okay, I don't know much about Fey venom,
Okay.
but that looked pretty gnarly.
It smells like a dead fish, like worse than lamplight.
Hey, I didn't think lamplight smelled that bad.
You lived there.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, what Snack is trying to do is leave a trail, so should we get turned around, we can follow the scent.
Oh, brilliant thinking.
But there is a trail that is here.
I did not notice this.
It is slowly being covered by fog.
It's hard to notice
I mean,
anything.
It is not a bad idea, I guess.
I will continue to do this every so often, regardless. Try to be stealthy about it.
Okay. You do feel after a couple minutes that your tail's a little spicy, and that the longer this stuff lingers on you, the more it starts to sting.
I'm wiping it on the ground as we walk.
Yeah. Okay. A few minutes later, I'll have you all roll a perception check.
All right.
14.
13.
Fucking Christ.
10.
6.
9.
All right.
Wow.
Well, we are in some dense fog.
Okay. So I guess no warning whatsoever,
Because everything's fine.
because everything's fine. So Uli, walking along the path, you haven't heard or really seen anything to the point where it's becoming like a sensory deprivation experience moving through this fog, and you're at the front of it, so you can't even see your friends. It's just blank nothingness ahead of you until you see a great white furry belly.
Well,
You look up to see the head of a deer standing on its hind legs.
No.
You notice that this deer also has red lumps all over it, and the deer just smashes into you. It looks like it's running at a full sprint on its back legs. And you all see this thing. It's covered in blood and fur, and it collides with Uli, and the two of them just go rolling. And then you hear the deer get back up on its hind legs and sprint away.
This is some Princess
Oh.
Mononoke bullshit.
Oh dear.
can we still see Uli?
Yeah, she's rolled just to the side of you guys. but
I'm
she's,
not hanging on to anyone anymore, I assume.
Yes, you are like faded on the edge.
What was that thing?
Have you ever seen a deer stand up on two legs? Because that's what I saw.
This is not normal for the fern glade. What was it?
I would hope not.
That was
Wendigo? I
terrifying.
don't know.
It had like sores or something. It was like bloody.
Can we let go of hands and...
Stay close.
You
for
must stay
sure.
close.
Holly, roll an investigation check.
That was good. 22.
Uli, roll 1d4, please.
Is Uli disease?
This is a weird combination.
Okay. Holly, after mentioning that the deer had red sores all over it, you take a look at Uli, and she has 3 such lumps, red lumps, on her skin.
Uli. Holly casts prestidigitation on Uli's skin where the lips are to see if she can clean it off.
Yeah, you expect it to just clean soiled clothing, but it does nothing of the sort.
I'm like picking myself up and like
Yeah.
dusting off the dirt and leaves.
You're brushing yourself off, and you brush against one of those lumps, and it hurts, like sharp.
Ow. What the fuck?
You look down and see 3 red lumps, about half the size of a banana each. These are blood red worms with bright white teeth
No.
that have dug
No,
their...
get off.
Okay, no one touch Uli. First of all, don't touch her.
Get him off.
What
me, get off.
is it?
Stay calm, Uli. Stay calm. Stay calm.
I'm like, I'm shooting firebolts at myself.
Yeah. I'll let the hit go through. Just give me 1d10 damage.
Okay.
Oh my god.
Oh, wow. Good. Nice.
That's a 10.
All right, yeah, that took out one of the worms, though. You've just got this big singe on your arm where that worm was.
I don't like this. I don't like this. I don't like this. I
Does
don't
the
like this.
worm hit the ground?
Yeah, it's all
I
singed.
stomp on it.
Okay, yeah.
Ew.
Well,
He
well,
like
fire
a-
fire seems to work.
Okay, just stay calm. Does anyone know anything about worms? Do I know anything about worms?
That's
You've never
fine.
seen
Let-
these.
Snack shoots one on Uli. 28 to hit.
I'm going to say Uli takes quarter damage from that hit.
Okay.
It's a good hit.
And 14.
Okay. Worm is destroyed.
Oh, I don't. Bleh.
It's okay. 2 are gone. We just have one more to deal with.
Oh, they're like squirming.
We should keep this one and investigate.
No.
You can do whatever you
Interrogate.
want. Just get it off of my skin, please.
Uli, you take 1 piercing damage.
And I think I'd probably surge at this point.
That's a good idea, yeah.
You cast polymorph on yourself.
Great.
Oh.
If I fail the saving throw, I turn into a sheep. I think this happened last.
That old chestnut.
Wisdom save.
Make a wisdom saving throw.
9.
Okay, so that's a fail. Uli has
I'm
become
a sheep.
I can hear what she's saying. What is it, Uli? Now,
Is the worm still there?
I'll say the worm fell off during the polymorph.
I
Oh.
cast Ray of Frost on the worm.
Okay. Yeah, you see it ice over pretty quickly and stop moving.
Do you want me to do a roll for it or no?
Any amount of damage is going to kill it, but let's see that damage.
Do you want me to roll for the hit?
No.
Okay.
You can put your hand on it and do it.
Okay. 8.
Full damage, yeah?
We kill
Yeah.
these worms.
This thing is cryogenically frozen.
Where is this deer?
You heard some trampling footsteps run away, but you lost sight of it very quickly.
Oh, that was so gross.
I think we should save the deer.
No.
Snack, we cannot go into the fog.
I would prefer not to see that thing again.
Yeah, that was
Uli-
horrifying.
It was very
Uli,
sad.
as a sheep, is looking at you like, why?
Squinty eye sheep.
Yeah.
Meh.
It lasts as long as the spell's duration, but its concentration up to an hour.
Unless you want to be a sheep.
What's safer? No, I'll drop it.
Yeah, you just look at your normal body, and you've got 3 little rings where those worms had been attached.
Are you okay?
I don't want to talk about it right now.
Okay, that is fair.
All right, we should keep moving.
I don't want to hold Uli's hand any longer.
I'll hold your hand, Uli.
Thanks.
Holly grabs it.
Uli moves to the back of the
I
line.
swear there's no more worms, I don't think.
Yeah.
Okay.
Let me see if I can scout ahead a little bit. This way we won't run into any more deer. Bert's going to cast Arcane Eye. A invisible magical eye appears. It doesn't appear because it's invisible.
Okay.
So I'm hovering this eye in front of us, and I'm going to keep it like 15 feet ahead of us while we move.
What's the maximum range on your arcane eye?
30 feet, but I can move it as an action
Sure.
whenever I want.
Okay. Bert, I think you find out pretty quickly you do not come to tread upon the ground that this eye sees.
Say what?
Whatever you're seeing through the eye, you never walk on that ground when you come upon it. This eye is in a completely different place, even being 15 feet away from you.
I guess I pull out like a coin and toss it over to where my eye is. What happened?
Yeah, walking ahead, looking out for it, you're sure it just got lost in the debris on the ground, but sure enough, it is not there.
Okay, this is weirder than I thought. This eye isn't going to do us any good.
So as we keep moving, is that still the situation?
Yes, there seems to be a spatial disconnect between you and what you expect your surroundings to be.
How long ago did I do my last tail dip poison?
It's probably been 15 minutes at this point. Before you know it, as you're walking through this path, the ground starts to get a little wet, a little like marsh-like. And there are some marshes in this forest that you know of, Thibiaut, but never on the path. You start to see a little bit of standing water in this marsh, and it's becoming really miserable to trek through. Not everybody has water-resistant boots on right now. A little more concerning than that is let's have the front runners. Uli, are you still up front or no?
I think we stuck me in the
I
back.
don't think
Okay.
so.
I'm
The
up front.
worms.
Thibiaut's in front now. I'm going to have you make a dexterity save.
You have advantage.
Ooh,
Super dexterous.
that's good. 21.
Nice. Okay. So Thibiaut, as you're walking, your foot gets caught in like a bramble, like a vine under the water. But you just take a little stumble and get free of it before you really like crash into anything. You do notice that that vine was thorny. In fact, it was like a red, like blood red vine underwater. Hard to see, extremely sharp. I need you to roll 1d4 for me.
3.
Okay. Yeah, you see crawling up your skelefeet are 3 blood red worms that are looking for purchase on flesh and aren't finding it on your bones.
No. I start doing some tippy taps.
More worms.
Stomping my feet.
God, they're back. The
knee bones are hooking out to the sides to keep them from crawling up further. Like I'm making my skeleton do some weird poses to like get the worms off.
I'm going to have everybody in the party roll 1d4.
No.
1d4 doesn't have 0, which means we're all going to be wormed.
3.
2.
1.
Let's go.
3, 2, 1, let's go. Also 1.
All right. Y'all have that many bloodworms each.
I don't want to be here anymore.
Immediately, you all take 1 damage equal to the number of bloodworms, Thibiaut being 0.
Yeah. I cast magic missile, 1 for each worm.
Pop, pop, pop.
Yucky.
I'm going to Eldritch Blast both of them.
On yours?
On me, yeah.
Okay. Give me 2 attacks.
One was like a 20-something, and then 13 on the other.
Okay. 13 does hit, but you're also going to take the damage from that Eldritch Bolt.
Oof.
The other one, you're going to... I'll have you take quarter damage from that one as well. What? You're not going to Genie's Wrath on these? And then Hellish Rebuke yourself?
Okay. You said quarter for the second one?
Yeah.
Okay.
Technically quarter for the first, since you announced the 21st.
Okay.
I'm going to try prying mine off with Brain Gore.
Okay. So as you go to just yank these off with brute force, you take 1d4 damage as you do so.
For each one.
Yep.
Did we short rest?
No.
Okay.
Yeah, we're all dying and have no spell slots.
Big damage?
Yeah, I took 10 damage.
Oh my god. Bert's like taking these things off with brain gore, but he's cutting like swaths of flesh off with the axe as he does so.
I wish I could aim better.
Oh, God.
It's a close shave.
I have a question.
Yeah.
If I did alter self for natural weapons, I can grow claws, fangs, spines, horns, or a different natural weapon of my choice. I was wondering if I could make my legs like scaly clubs.
Scaly clubs?
Yeah.
Okay.
Like tough rhino skin or something.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I'll say Uli just grows elephant legs and
Yeah.
starts like saddle walking.
Yeah.
I'll say you still got the ones that just latched onto you, but you'll take half damage to get them off.
It's 1 worm.
Yeah.
Nice.
It's 3.
It's a 1.
What type of damage are they causing?
Piercing. They're little piercers.
Okay. When dealt damage, my magic hand ring, the Ring of Revenge, slaps the worm
Yeah. Okay.
away.
Yeah.
It's 1d4 damage.
Nice.
So they bite you and then they
4.
pop.
Yeah. Yeah, as soon as that thing sinks into you, you're just like, you son of a...
I just like smack it really hard. It flies
You're
off.
just like smacking your own skin like they're mosquitoes.
Yeah, just goes wiggling through the air. You're all a little more aware of these worms, so it's easier to keep them off of you as you continue to tromp through the blood marsh here.
Yuck.
Yeah, this is nasty.
Thankfully, the marshy reddish water of this marsh area fades away to dry land again. You start to climb a little bit up this yellowed grass hill, and towards the top of it, there's a sort of flat plateau kind of meadow area. Walking through this, though, you see it almost looks like very pure black dirt on the ground. But you notice it's a little different than dirt. It's more like ash. And you start to see all of these tree stumps and these hollowed, broken, felled trees that are all just covered in blackness, like soot.
Let me guess. Worm trees?
Thibiaut's in shock and kind of walking around like, what the hell happened here? He's reaching out to the like ashy trees, and then he's kind of like jerking back his hands. He's scared to touch them, and his eyes are wide open. He's in shock, and
This. It should not be like
this? I don't understand.
Give me an investigation check.
Natural 1.
Okay. You gasp. You take a deep breath as you look up and see a mushroom crown about the size of your head that is jet black, and the underside of it has these glowing ultraviolet gills that are casting out this black soot powder that's covering everything. And when you see that soot coming down, you gasp. Let's just say it's a 1d20 roll.
19. Why am I only rolling 1s and 19s today?
Thibiaut, you feel your vision going dark around you, and you fall back among your friends. You are unconscious.
Thibiaut?
Tip.
Thibiaut.
He's
Can we
out.
see what's happening?
Yeah, I mean, you're all together. You'd never let each other out of your sights.
Everyone,
Slap his
cover
head.
your mouths. Yeah, Bert tucks his shirt over his face.
Holly's going to pull her funeral shroud down so it's completely covering her face.
Nice.
Yeah.
I mean, everybody else can see Thibiaut's eyes are darting around madly under his eyelids, and then he's breathing these tight, shallow breaths. Thibiaut, you are having a vision of the fern glade just rotting. It's like a waking nightmare. Every tree around you is just turning black, and it's becoming like viscous and gooey, and it's just melting like candles, like every tree. And then you can see your home of Mémoire burning. And you can see that black ash piling off of your city and coming into your lungs and just coating your mouth. And what are the rest of you doing?
I'm going to do one of my medicine checks that hasn't worked yet today.
Okay.
We should cover his mouth. I'll pull out a handkerchief.
16.
You think Thibiaut is going to be okay with just a little bit of time. It looks like he took a very direct, big blast of this stuff, and it should wear off fairly soon.
I'm going to cast Lester
Lester, oh my gosh.
Lester
Restoration.
Lesser restoration.
Did Snack see what attacked Thibiaut?
You can't leave each other's sight, so you definitely saw Thibiaut look up, take a deep breath, and fall backwards.
Snack is checking Thibiaut for worms while Bert's doing actual medicine.
About a minute passes, and you see Thibiaut start to rouse again, and he sits up, having recovered from this nightmare.
What happens to your bones when you go unconscious like that?
They collapse.
Okay. Holly was holding Thibiaut like a little baby and sitting on the ground with help waiting for you to come back.
Ollie?
Thibiaut, you got knocked out. Are you okay?
Everyone is okay?
Everyone's here.
It was horrible. I don't know if it was real. My home, the whole Verglade was destroyed.
It's okay.
Was it real?
Thibiaut is probably just a hallucination from these spores. I
Hallucination.
think it's fine.
Well,
Was on my face.
No, leave it on.
Okay.
Don't breathe in the mushroom dust.
masks are the only thing that are going to protect us now.
We have an agenda.
To stop the spread of the spore disease.
Snack, you think you can burn that thing down?
Burn what?
Is that a good idea?
I would love to. What are we
No.
burning?
Heat makes things rise, and spores move by air, right?
What are these spores? Is that what these worms were?
No, that's different. If there's something dusty and you blow on it,
Please do not set fire in the forest.
Okay, sorry. I just thought it was the way to get rid of those mushrooms.
I mean,
Thibiaut, no offense, but and Snack looks around at all the burnt down trees. I don't think we have to worry too much about burning things.
Maybe you're right.
I just think it's a bad idea until we know.
No. We need to keep moving forward. I need to get home, and then I can fix all of these.
Yeah, he's right.
Let's try to get out of here as quick as we can.
Do not breathe this in. Uli is stomping her elephant feet through the dust.
Snack kicks over the tiny house he is making with the bones, so Thibiaut doesn't see.
Yeah.
As Thibiaut kind of steps out of Holly's arms, and the bones kind of gather up behind him and like stack up underneath him and pull him up to full height.
Yeah, kind of like put him in the right place.
Yeah.
Yeah. What are all of you doing to protect your breathing?
Shirt.
Snack is trying to hold his breath.
Okay.
Yeah, just covering my.
Face with your shirt.
Yep.
And then we had Holly with the veil.
The funeral shroud
Yeah.
that is resistant to necrotic damage, immune to disease, and I age half as fast. And life force cannot be taken from me.
Okay.
That is so OP.
Yeah, it's pretty good.
I've got someone's kerchief across my mouth and nose.
Okay. I'm going to say all of those are good solutions, but to be truly resistant, you would need an N95 medical grade mask.
Available at the link below.
Yeah. Thibiaut, I'm going to say you take a -10 to whatever is rolled here. Trust me, that helps you. The rest of you, I'm going to have you roll on this table. Because you are all wearing some kind of breathing protection right now, except Snack, correct? You all get -1 to this. Snack, you're the only one who can roll a 20.
So 13.
Excellent.
14.
Oh, fuck. Thibiaut?
7.
Okay.
18,
No, -1.
17.
Holly, you pass out,
Okay.
much as Thibiaut did. You start seeing visions of Tildry, and it's calm and quiet. You're just looking at your storefront, and you hear a shriek, and then you see all of the windows explode with fire, and you're just hearing Ivy shriek and shriek and shriek.
Oh, I need to know about Snack's hallucination.
I'm curious too.
Thibiaut got a 7. You become intensely thirsty. You're looking around for anything to drink. You think of that crimson marsh water. Maybe that's a good idea.
I start to like turn around and start heading back to the water. Like, oh, how far was the water?
Thibiaut, where are you going?
I just need a drink. It's just one. I'll just be right back.
Nope.
So-
I grabbed
Nope.
his bones.
Uli and actually, I think you were all in the same range.
I was 13 and Snack was 14, right?
8.
Okay, yeah, you're all in the same range. You lose the ability to form coherent sentences for 10 minutes.
Bones.
Typical kid, no, Bo.
No.
No bones.
Uli, but no sentence.
But
You all saw Holly pass out.
Lilo! I help a Lilo.
You can, of course, describe your action, but your dialogue needs to be nonsensical.
Worms! And Snack goes to look for worms on Holly.
I'm going to give Holly a lesser restoration.
Does that have a verbal component?
oh shit.
Probably V and an S.
Yep. Okay. Uh-oh. What does it sound like?
Lester. Lester, rest. Why, but it's work. Lilo.
Genie.
Yes. Snack. How can I help?
Lamp on the ground. Genie. Wah.
Ooh, it's foggy. What's that?
Snack.
Yes. He looks around and he says, "What have you done to my boy?"
Lamp man.
His eyes just go huge and he's staring at you. And then he looks down at Holly and he says, "What in the demons?"
E.G.
Thibiaut stumbling down the hill,
Bye.
going back to the marsh.
You all lose sight of Thibiaut.
No, I was holding his bones. I like
Do we do
grabbed
a
him by the
contested-
cuff.
Yeah, do
you
a
can
contested
do that.
grapple. Yep.
I'm good at those.
What do I add to that?
Your strength. Yep. You have no bonuses to grapple.
I know, but I thought I did.
Every time.
11.
12.
So you slip out of your bones.
Yeah, or the bones slip out of you.
Yeah.
But yeah, Thibiaut disappears into the fog away from the rest of you.
Did I leave my bones behind?
No, you've got
Okay.
them. Yep.
Bones.
Rattling down the hill.
And
I'll be right back.
You continue to travel, Thibiaut, and you lose the ability to hear Uli shouting after you pretty quick. And even though you're going directly the way you came from, you never make it back to the Crimson Marsh.
I keep turning around and thinking that I have it wrong, and
Yeah. Bert is holding Holly, still kind of unable to express what's going on here.
he's holding Lilo.
Lilo. After about a minute, Holly begins to wake up again.
Oh, Lilo, but it was okay.
What? What? We're still here in this godforsaken forest.
Flabberdabber.
Oh my
Choose
god.
bones.
Holly sits up and is like, "What is happening?" And she looks back and forth between Uli and Bert a couple times.
Keep her got that way.
Scales.
Snack? Genie?
Lamp.
They won't talk to me. I don't know what's going on, Holly.
Bert pulls out his book and writes, Thibiaut walked away. He's lost. The rest of us are talking funny.
I'll say that works. Being able to see your written text gives you enough like memory to be able to write the next word.
Now I know what's going on, but we lost Thibiaut, huh? That's not good.
No, not.
Bad.
Well, first of all, we can't go anywhere. Genie, can you figure out where Thibiaut is?
I had him for a second, but
Doji.
Jeannie kind of like looks the direction you're pointing and says, he made some tracks. If I'm right, he's already a mile away.
How was it possible?
I don't know, guy.
Pronouns.
Do we see the mushrooms?
Yeah.
Snack breathes fire on it.
Okay. Your regular fire breathing stuff. Okay.
Yep.
So you see the mushrooms catch. Not a lot else does around here. It becomes immediately obvious to you that this forest didn't burn down at all. It rotted down. The mushroom does catch fire. It actually clears the fog out a little bit when you do your fire breath.
Yeah.
Not a lot, but a little bit. Just like Uli said it would. It kicks up a good amount of spore dust. Snack, I'm going to have you solo the brunt of this.
Okay.
Yep.
Scales.
That's fair. 9.
Your sentences are even worse.
Big dumb. Dumb, dumb, dumb.
Blair. Snack is still frustrated and is breathing deeply now and is prepping for another fire breath.
No, dumb, dumb, no.
Snack, I don't think that helped.
Is there a clear area for where I burned that mushroom? Like, there's no canopy?
Right. Yep.
Snack is going to fly up.
Down.
You're going to leave sight of people?
Yes.
Okay. You guys see Snack's tail disappear above you.
No scales.
Snack.
No bones.
What do I see above the canopy of shrooms?
You have lost all sense of direction and gravity. You are in a shapeless, white, endless nothing.
I will stop flying.
Okay. You can't tell if you're falling or not. Back on the ground, you notice Thibiaut dropped something when he left. His mesh bag.
Lesgis.
Bad bones.
Oh, is this where Dimitri was kept?
Bad bones.
Holly opens it up and sees.
Bad
Bones.
bones.
There are inert pieces of bone in there.
Dumb.
Well, I don't know if this is going to help us with anything. Holly tries to see if she can see the weave to detect where Thibiaut and Snack are. She hasn't really tried that
Yeah.
too much yet.
This place, I've mentioned before, is very sparse in magic, so you don't see very much in this place. But focusing in on Thibiaut and Snack, the same way that you focused on Uli when you were lost in Vindorn, you're able to see a thread that reaches back to you. You can tell that they exist, they are extant, and they are moving. It's hard to tell how far they are.
Okay. Holly's going to take a piece of bismite out of her pocket and hold it near the thread for Thibiaut. she's trying to just like ping Thibiaut basically, like to like give her a sense to give him a sense. Sorry, to come back.
Yeah, you looking down at that thread, you kind of pass the bismite stone through it, and you can see a little pulse of light travel down that weave thread. Sure enough, Thibiaut, at some point you do feel like almost like Holly's just saying your name so quietly, like she's in the mist near you.
Ollie?
I'm looking around in my empty, burnt up husk of a forest, and I'm still like stumbling around searching for water. I'm like, at one point, there's a hole a couple feet away from me where I like dug to try and find a water source in the ground. And yeah, I just look around and go, Ollie? Ollie, are you there?
Thibiaut, you see this bright light in the mist.
Ollie, is that you?
And I start walking toward it.
Okay. The rest of you, Snack, you eventually collide with the ground. You hit hard on stone, and you hear the slightest trickle of water, and you see this like mirror sheen water surface not far from you, pretty much level with the stone here.
Am I also thirsty?
No, you're not.
Okay. Am I still not able to speak?
Correct.
Sorry, just to clarify, did Thibiaut mention anything about this river?
Yes.
Okay.
Oh, did you?
Yeah, so I warned everyone to be really careful that there was going to be water that could pull you right down in it. But was Snack paying attention?
Apparently not.
Or was he dipping his tail in poison?
Snack is going to set up camp knowing that everyone wants to come here. Okay. So he's going to build a little shelter and crawl under it and just be peering out.
Okay.
So he builds a very tiny lean-to, still
It's
thinking
pretty
that
big.
he's very small, and then he crawls into it, and it's just like a little triangle covering his shoulders.
Yes. Yeah.
I am this small, surely.
Yep.
Bert, Holly, and Uli.
No bones, no scales, no lamp man. Dumb.
Lilo Lobo for Bono.
I'm trying to get Thibiaut to come back to us with the thread.
Yes, bones.
I'll say about 10 minutes goes by, and you feel your faculties returning to you, your speech.
Yes, Tibiones. Where did he go this way?
I think, yeah, I can see his thread. I'm just trying to get him to come to us.
Yeah, I don't think it matters which way he went. I mean, he went anywhere and nowhere, right? That's how this fog stuff works.
I guess. Are we worried about Snack?
Well, he chose his own journey.
Holly, it's been long enough that you are losing faith that if Thibiaut can hear you, he probably can't respond.
Okay. I'm gonna...
I can.
follow
What if I
him?
reach out to Thibiaut?
Yeah, that's a good idea.
Dear Thibiaut, don't know where you ran off to. You told us not to get lost in the fog.
Way to go.
Holly's trying to reach your weave. Can you find us? Sincerely, Bert.
So I see the message. Am I still thirsty?
Yes.
Okay. Does the thirst last longer than the speech problem? Dang. Dear Bert, I'm so thirsty. I will find you after I find something to drink. Goodbye.
Something to drink.
What? Wait, write Thibiaut again and tell him that we have found water.
Good idea.
Thibiaut, you're walking alone through the mist, walking towards this bright light. The ground here is very uneven. It's this wet, lumpy yellow grass, and so sometimes your bones will sink like 8 inches, and then it'll be, 10 inches higher than that on the next step, causing you to trip and stumble constantly. And even though it's your bones walking, it's exhausting.
Yeah.
You eventually come upon that source of light. It's not what you expected. You thought maybe it's Holly doing some glowy magic trick to signal you down like a lighthouse.
Ollie? Ollie?
You don't hear anything call in response. Instead, you see a pinhole of light that is giving off all of this radiance, this pure white.
I try to put my eye up to it. Like maybe I'll be able to see through it. Like maybe it's a portal or something. I don't know.
Yeah. You get close to it, and it's about the size and shape of a bean right now. And then that bean kind of wobbles and inverts. And you can see some color in the bean. And then you immediately remember seeing this before. This is the same stuff that was in the Fountain of Magic. That floating water substance.
Okay. So it's like a water droplet.
Yeah, just giving off bright white light. As soon as that recognition kind of dawns on you that you had seen this stuff before, it grows rapidly. It shoots out to either side, one then the other, and then downward. And you can see it forming arms and legs.
I stumble back.
You see the shape of a dwarf come into existence right in front of you. And it's floating off the ground just a few inches, and it has this immense cloak trailing long behind it on the ground. And you're sure you've never seen this thing before, whatever it is. It's got this long, swept hair and a very confident demeanor. It's almost handsome for a ghostly dwarf effigy. And then you feel yourself freeze completely because the dwarf has taken control of your bones. And you feel yourself being crushed by your rib cage.
I start to struggle. I like put my hands on the ribs and I try to push myself out of the shoulders. Stop! Please stop!
You can feel your collarbone starting to crush in on your neck, and you hear, "This was a fatal misstep. Unlucky for you, Femur."
No, how do you know me? No, let me go.
He gets kind of close to you, and he almost like puts a hand on your face. He kind of gestures it and comes close, and he says, "I can't have the warden barring all the gates I worked so hard to open. At least this way, only you have to die. And then you'll see."
No. I cast Danse Macabre.
So, Tib, you are unable to perform the somatic component of this spell as your arms are being locked down by the bones of your skeleton.
Okay.
Let's jump back to the rest of you.
We'll try this, dear Thibiaut. Oh, we just found a whole bunch of water. Lots of water.
A big
good
well.
to drink. A big well.
With big cups
Big cups.
and ice cubes.
And ice cubes. Are there
And
straws? There's straws.
Yeah, a crazy straw.
Crazy straw.
It says Thibiaut.
It spells Thibiaut.
All right, it spells Thibiaut. Now, Holly, remind me again when you went to Vindorn, how you got there and how you got back.
Magic, Bert. That's how.
Right. Yeah.
I don't really know. I mean,
Well, you went to another plane, right?
well, that's my spell that lets me go to another plane. Wait.
I'm willing to bet that this fey magic doesn't exist on.
Holly blinks out of existence.
Okay.
Well, I guess
I was
we'll
gonna.
just wait for
I
her.
was gonna tell her not to go immediately, but
Yeah.
yeah.
That's pretty Holly.
Holly, you cast Blink and fade into the ethereal plane. Sure enough, it is unaffected by that mist. You can see pretty clearly straight ahead. On top of that, you can see Snack in the distance. He is sitting in a little hut, and he is like looking out all around for people approaching.
Occasionally shooting an eldritch blast at nothing.
But he's maybe only 200-300 feet away, just kind of down the meadow.
Do I see Thibiaut?
No.
Okay. I didn't really plan this out. So I'm going to blink back into existence next to Snack.
Well, you have to blink back into existence where you started, within 5 feet,
Okay. And I'm back.
in the material plane.
Yep. I found Snack.
Yeah? Where is he?
He's by the river I think we're heading towards. Maybe, I don't know, 100 yards that way. And Holly points where she thinks it is.
Okay.
Oh, is he moving? Is he waiting there for us?
He was in like a little house that he made, I think.
Oh, adorable.
I don't know.
Thibiaut
But
ever
Thibiaut,
respond?
did you see Thibiaut? I haven't heard from
I
Thibiaut.
couldn't see Thibiaut anywhere.
I'm going to pull out my what if mirror
Yeah.
and say, what if I follow Thibiaut's weave?
Yeah, you look in the mirror and you're just kind of like waiting for something to happen. You're just like watching your same face and watching it and watching it and watching it. And then you see your cheeks start to get gaunt. And you
Cool.
see your hair start to fall out.
Wander forever
And then
until I die.
you see yourself become sleepy and stop moving.
Okay. Bad plan.
And
Let's not do that.
No, okay.
Sorry. I don't want to die. Not like that. I'd rather go out fighting.
Thibiaut's the only one of us who knows anything about these dumb woods.
Well, what if we try to keep following the path? Can we see it in where we are, like anymore on the ground?
Having walked the path in the ethereal plane, you're confident you could get to Snack.
Okay. Let's try to follow the path and see. I think it'll lead us back to Snack.
Are you very severely out of spells?
I have a lot of low-level ones left.
Okay. Use this when you have nothing left, and I'll give her an uli cooley.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Nice.
But when you have nothing left,
She already drank it. No, I'm just kidding.
I only have 3, and I don't know how to make more. So
A Snack, you hear some muffled voices and footsteps approaching.
Stop where you are.
Is that Snack?
Snack, it's us.
Ah,
is it okay?
oh, allies. Okay. I get out of my hut, but it like crumbles as I stand up.
Yeah, you just stand up in the hut, yeah.
That's nice. That's a good house. Good job.
Twas early.
You found the river, Snack.
Yes, this is where we are heading. I feel like we're missing someone.
Thibiaut is still missing, and we can't reach him.
Do you want me to get Thibiaut?
You all hear, don't worry, I'm here too. Boom, motherfuckers.
What?
Who?
It's Dimitri.
Dimitri.
Thibiaut. You are feeling the air being pressed out of your lungs as you're being crushed by your own skeleton.
No, no, no. No. Please stop. What are you doing?
He says, it won't take long, and then you'll understand. It's not what you think.
I misty step. Away.
Okay.
30 feet backing away.
So yeah, Thibiaut, you misty step away, and you can still see this kind of like splotch of light in the distance. Although now you've got the separation where it's not threatening you. Are you in your bones or not?
I don't think so.
Okay.
I think I left him behind.
Yeah.
So yeah, he was crushing me, and in a panic, I just wanted out of my bones and out of there.
Okay.
But it's only 30 feet.
You see the light getting a little bit brighter, and he just says, "Why prolong this?" You just see that light getting brighter and brighter, and then you hear, and then you see the light kind of stop where it is. And you hear, and you hear hoof stomps. And then you see a dead horse pull up right between you and the light. And you see Gaspard look down at you and he says, "Where are your bones?"
And I'm shaking, and I just like put a hand on my head and I point past him.
He was controlling them. I had to get away.
Gaspard starts walking towards the light, or riding towards the light on his horse.
No, no, no. Be careful.
And he kind of goes into the mist, continuing to hum the whole time.
I look around and like look behind me, and I like look to see if there's anything around, and then I just kind of like follow along.
Okay. He continues to ride his dead Palomino past this white glowing effigy, but when it comes into vision, the white dwarf is comatose, staring towards Gaspard, and Gaspard just continues to hum, and your bones start to walk towards Gaspard, and he just gestures for your bones to go back to you. He looks over at the effigy of the dwarf and says, "Spooky. Do you need a ride?"
I think so, yes.
He lifts you up and pulls you onto his horse, and then he invites your bones to climb into a saddlebag and just take a ride. And he sets you right in front of him, and then he kind of throws his cloak around you as well. So
I'm
that it's
shivering.
covering you, yeah. Mm-hmm. You can see this lantern that he's got is dismissing a little area of fog that lets him see a little farther. It seems he is able to traverse this mist a little easier than you are.
And Thibiaut like takes a moment to be sad and scared again.
Yeah. So you all see this rush of green flame as Dimitri reignites and dives into the fog. You can see this glowing green that kind of circles you and is like traveling all around you. It's given away his location, but every now and then a fiery laser beam comes flying out of the fog
Oh, no
towards
kidding?
your party.
Protection from energy fire.
On who?
The dying one.
Okay.
Okay.
All right. We're going to do some fire rays here. Bert and Uli get flavor blasted. A fiery beam comes shooting out of Dimitri, who is out in the fog. That is a 20 to hit Uli, 20 to hit Bert, and a nat 20 on Uli. That's 21 fire damage, Uli. Halved is 10.
21 was the crit damage?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
And then Bert, that is 11 fire damage.
Ouch.
Leave
That's spicy.
What do the four of you do to remove yourselves from this situation?
Why are we bringing the skull around with us?
This is like the third time.
I'm sorry. It was all that Thibiaut left behind. You can blame him.
Thibiaut's not here. We should dunk it in the river when we're done.
How it's floating now.
Well, we'll kill it.
Okay.
Those mushrooms haven't worn off yet.
Not fully. Snack has seen enough and wants to try to kill the skull again.
Okay. So the problem is you're not getting a clear view of this thing. You see this green glow out in the mist, and then every now and then a fire beam will come from the green glow.
Oh, it's not a constant.
It's sort of orbiting your group at a distance.
Can I ready actions for when there's a beam and then shoot where the beam's coming from?
Definitely.
Okay.
Is it within 30 feet?
Yes.
Holly will witch bolt it, and
Okay.
it lights a bolt to it so
Okay.
we could see it.
So attacks at the color blob will have disadvantage for not knowing its specific location.
We have a general idea of where he is.
Yeah, by the glow.
Okay.
7.
Okay.
Ah, dang.
You see the witch bolt kind of arc off into the mist and try to connect with something, and then it just retracts. Who else wants to try?
I want to figure out where I think he is,
Okay.
and then shatter scream at that spot.
Okay.
If they're in a 10-foot radius, they have to make a con save.
Yeah, I'd say you could nail it within a 10-foot radius.
Okay.
19.
Shit. Well, it takes half damage then. I'm also going to make sure I don't surge. We're good. So it takes 6 thunder damage.
Yeah.
Do I have time to give myself a tattoo?
That'd be an action.
It's a really shitty tattoo.
Yeah, it's not your best work.
I'd like to use the ether ink
Okay.
to protect myself from magic.
He does a nautical star.
Okay.
Very fast.
Yeah. All right. 2 more fire beams come out of the mist. You all are pretty confident that shatter hurt him. You just hear like a damn it, like
Oh.
that is Holly again. Or I don't know if she got hit. That is Holly twice. Snack, as soon as you see this red beam come out, go ahead.
Okay.
We'll stop with that first one actually.
So do I get disadvantage?
No, not for this roll because you can see exactly where he is right now.
Okay. 26 for the first one.
Definitely hits.
And the second one. Natural 20.
Hell yeah.
Whoa.
This thing's gonna die.
Yes.
Third time's a charm.
Yeah.
6, 11, 15 for the first one.
Yep.
And then 37.
For the second bolt? Or for total?
Total is 37, yep.
Okay.
I was planning to use bracers to make it radiant.
Yeah, okay.
Okay.
So Holly, you do get hit by that one bolt.
Ow!
You're at half damage.
Half damage. So 10 full damage cuts down to 5 for half damage. As soon as that first beam goes off, Snack just fires directly at it, these golden radiant bolts that cut through the mist like butter. The first one collides, and you just hear this it's like somebody threw a handful of pebbles on the ground, and you just hear all these bone chips hit the floor, and you just hear it spinning around like a siren. You hear like, stop doing that! And then he comes straight for your party, Snack. He's flying straight at you, and you just hold up one hand, and clasping your bracer with the other, just boom, and obliterate the skull back into pieces for the third time.
I'm imagining when they blow up the Death Star.
Yeah, just on a small scale.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Small
Pieces of-
skull, Tim.
That was good.
Thanks.
All right, with this river area kind of settled down, all you have to do is cross a little 5-foot stream.
All right, we all agree we're dumping this skull in the river, right?
I mean, it's probably already in there, I would assume.
Well, with the pieces are right over there. We can.
Holly has a broom and she's just sweeping the skull pieces into the river. No, I'm just kidding.
I mean, I
Thibiaut-
wasn't questioning it.
Thibiaut's gonna be mad, but I'm tired of this fucking thing.
I'm guessing even if we put it in the river, nothing's going to happen to it.
Wait.
So just whatever. It's
What if Genie would like this, and then maybe he could eat it?
maybe it's cursed.
Oh, that's fun.
Genie,
Thibiaut seemed very attached to this particular bone.
Yes, Mr. Snack.
we've been dealing with this flaming skull thing for all day. And It's quite tiring. Are you hungry, or could we perhaps put it in one of the spare rooms?
He kind of like grimaces and he says, Snack, I'm not a trash can.
My mistake, Genie.
Besides, that thing is kind of sentient. I don't like the idea of that.
Ask Genie why he hasn't been helping.
Genie's been helping us.
I know.
Well,
What? Don't you see that extra D6 that Snack uses with his Eldritch Bolt? That's all me.
this may be the last thing we ever have of Thibiaut's, though. If we don't find him.
It's grim.
It's not even Thibiaut's skull.
Can we like seal the bag or something at least?
I just don't think a bag is going to stop it. That's all.
Well, it hasn't.
Well, the river sinking into a river of endless depths might stop it.
Bert, you lose sight of what's happening here for a sec, and your vision just cuts out, almost like you've blacked out. And for a second, you're just seeing that white marble book. And you know that this is not a river. This is a waterfall.
What the fuck?
That is pressed up against a fissure wall, and it goes straight down.
I do not like that.
Okay.
You're confident that if you put Dimitri into this water, he would disappear probably forever.
Yeah. Is there any way we can make sure Dimitri doesn't break out of the bag again?
I don't know. You guys, honestly, I just feel like we leave the bones here, and if he comes back, he comes back. It's nothing we did extra.
Things do get lost in the mist.
Yeah. So this looks small. We could just like build a little bridge, right? Holly's gesturing to the water.
I think so. Make sure you don't fall down there, though.
Just judging by the size of it, you could each probably just jump over it.
I feel like there's a catch. I'm going to pick up a rock and toss it over.
Yeah, it makes it just fine.
I still don't trust it.
There's no like creepy elf making us give up our shoes to cross the river.
Is there a boulder or a rock on our side of the river?
Yeah.
I'm going to throw the rock and then cast enlarge
Okay.
to try to make a bridge.
I'll say out of combat with enough time and focus, you can pull this off.
And it's sitting on top of the two banks.
Yeah.
I literally do not trust it.
Who wants to test it?
I will. And Snack jumps over.
He just jumps over the river.
Yeah. Give me an athletics check.
Okay.
Oh, Lord.
Natural one.
Oh my God.
What?
Did you?
I did. Well, yeah.
Okay. All right.
Snack is gone forever.
Yeah. Snack goes up to the edge of the river and says he'll try out this boulder. You go to like jump up onto the boulder, and there's just slick moss underneath your feet, and you immediately invert and go headfirst into the water.
Okay.
With an Olympic splash, you disappear.
I'm going to try to cast Misty Step.
Okay.
I get scared and I try to like just appear up.
Yeah. So you feel fine. You feel fine from like the neck up, but you can feel from like your torso down. The pull is incredible. It's like something's got you. And it's just yanking you down, and you can hear the water just rushing past your ears. You misty step upward, and you appear maybe 6 inches above the water's surface.
Ah! And I immediately cast Fly again.
Okay,
And
yeah.
fly over. And I like run over and like hug Uli.
Okay. Yeah, you go back on the same side of the river. Oh, really.
You're alive.
I really, really hate Thibiaut's place.
Yeah.
This is the worst place we've been to.
If we ever see him again, we can't tell him. He'll be so sad.
Wait, can you just fly us across the river, Snack? One by one?
Well, I suppose, yes. I could try to do that.
Wait, we've been able to fly this whole time?
I can fly.
I'm going to reduce myself to make it easier.
And that's our quota of enlarge reduce, you guys. We used it
Yeah,
twice.
yeah.
I used it out of combat.
Mark off that slot, Uli.
Hold on.
The surge.
That's a surge.
Okay.
Thibiaut just comes to a bunch of
Chaotic day.
This river is cursed.
just dead party members Thibiaut stumbles upon when he's back.
Oh no!
I'm excited.
You cast fog cloud centered on yourself.
Great. Fantastic.
You know, the fog wasn't actually so bad here. You guys had a little bit of viewing distance to where you could see the other side of the river, but no longer.
What caused you to surge?
Casting
I
reduce on herself
reduced myself.
voluntarily.
So, yeah.
Small and foggy.
I feel like
Uli shrinks down and
Yeah.
then
it's like not even my fault, but like so far, this game has punished you guys so bad every time you make voluntary rolls.
yeah.
Yeah.
You said you should be able to jump across. I'm like, I'm not rolling for that.
Yeah.
I just can't.
20-foot radius sphere of fog
Yep.
centered on myself until wind of a moderate or greater speed disperses it.
Okay.
We must move quickly. The fog is getting
the
worse.
fog's back.
I try to grab Uli.
I'm so sorry. I'm sorry. Why does this always happen?
It's okay, Uli. I think I found you. Maybe.
Just leave me here to die.
Oh, Uli, is this like the grease again?
Tiny Uli.
It is every time I reduce myself.
Well, Uli wants to stay here. I fly over to Bert.
You feel good about this snack?
Yes.
Okay, don't let go.
Let go.
Do not let go.
What? Okay, sorry. Well, I thought you were testing me. And then we fly across.
Plunges him into the river. Yeah, you're able to get Bert across.
Okay. All right.
It was very brief, but I'm winded somehow.
Farewell,
Is it
Bert.
moderate wind?
Is that enough?
Bert's heavy breathing clears the fog.
Holly, I think it's your turn.
Okay.
Here we go.
No, don't touch me there. Okay.
Oh.
Now we're good.
Yeah. It's a little tougher with Holly. You're more acting as like a floating fulcrum to like swing her across the river.
Okay.
Yeah. But again, no real challenge there.
All right. And then I'll go back for Uli. Uli, are you sure this is where you would like to perspire?
Well, I don't want to be left alone. Uppy hands.
Okay.
Also, did you say perspire?
I don't know.
Did you mean
feel like-
expire?
I feel like that works for some.
Oh, yeah, that's perfect.
The perfect cover.
Mushrooms haven't worn off yet. I guess Uli is as easy as Bert was, and so you're able to kind of float her across in her reduced form and drop her on the other side.
Okay.
Every time I misspeak for the rest of the campaign, it's those mushrooms.
Yeah.
After effect.
As soon as you guys are on the other side, you hear a couple more hoof steps, but it's just two, like bipedal.
Oh,
From
God.
from our side of the river.
From the
Wait,
side that
no,
you're on
not
now.
thank God. Two hooves.
Yeah.
Fuck, man.
It's the deer people.
You hear this.
What's it saying?
I think the deer is just saying where, and then the four of you see a bright spot of light.
Do you guys see that? Or is that just me?
I see the light.
That's not good, right?
I heard a deer again. So
Yes.
I don't feel like moving.
You all suddenly hear a sound like a tree trunk snapping or like lightning crashing as the world is just ripped open in front of you.
Oh.
There's this hole probably 10 feet in diameter that opens up immediately before you with this shimmering white light. And through it steps a familiar face. With his arm in a sling, Judge Malborough looks down at each of you
Sure.
and says, I found you. Holly. I had no idea it would be you, Holly Hyacinth. It's Holly Hyacinth, yes?
me? And Holly like touches her own chest.
Marlboro is the not so
The
bad
like
one.
coward judge.
Okay. The one that was like, kind of on our side.
Yeah.
Okay.
Marlborough?
Yeah. Engelbert, good, you're all here, except for one.
Yeah, Thibiaut, he's missing. What the hell are you doing here?
I just noticed someone apart from myself was using the weave to travel. What are the odds it was you?
You can travel using the weave?
You aren't dead?
Oh, he looks at his injured arm that's still in a sling, and he says, it's not healed well, to be honest. I did nearly die after Tonberry attacked me, but his ability to see into the future meant I couldn't plan my moves, so I teleported myself at random for days just to blur his prognostication. But I ended up near a small village of gnomes here, and they're quite nice.
Can you get your way back there?
Of course. It's easy for me.
Well, I think that's where we're headed, but our friend is missing.
Oh? We could probably find him, too. That's, Thibiaut, right?
Thibiaut.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Can I vibe check him?
Sure.
That's 8. I don't think I trusted him to begin with.
Damn mushrooms.
Yeah. Oh, darn.
He says, of course I could help you, but Holly, why don't you just help them?
Help them? I don't know how. I mean, you mean with the weave?
Yes, if you don't know, I can show you, Holly, how to use it.
Yeah, that'd be great. But we've been through a lot today, and I'm really worried about Thibiaut out in the fog by himself. Can we find him first?
Certainly, yes. Let's get you all to safety first. And he starts moving his arm in a big circle, and that circle just gets tighter and tighter, and you start to see a little bead of light form in the center of it. And he casts a portal spell. Meanwhile, Thibiaut, Gaspard has led you out of the fog. You are maybe 20 minutes from Mémoire. Gaspard has led you back to La Porte de la Nuit. This is an ancient and revered place. This is essentially what your parents were in charge of watching over. Tall summer trees in full bloom frame either side of this view, overlooking a glimmering, calm pond. There's a rush of leaves as the breeze picks up, and water sparkles and draws your eye to this cubic structure. There's something the size of a church rising out of the water, with several other shallow spires rising straight up around it. The corner of the cube is facing you, and on that corner face is a great black archway leading deeper into the cube. Gaspard has been somewhat quiet, mostly just kind of melodically humming as you travel, but when you get here, he lets you know a few things. He knows who you are. He knows who your people are. His family lives in orbit of your culture.
Okay.
They sort of worship the things you do.
Okay.
And they know what your name means. He says, I needed to be sure that you were who you were and that you were up to the task, and I might have been too conservative. I feel like I should have trusted you sooner.
I understand it is a hard world out there. I did not know, and now I do.
He dismounts and helps you off as well, and he takes off his cloak from around his shoulders. And he says, that cloak doesn't suit you. And he helps you, like, shrug off the trench cloak. He says, this is something more befitting of your station. And he wraps his cloak around you that has 3 spines draped from it.
Cool.
He says, these will help you. A little bit of protection, a little bit of reach, and, of course, a scepter.
Very cool.
He shows you the different modes of this. You can cause these spines to cling tightly to your back to give you extra armor. You can command them to reach out, giving you up to 10 feet of reach with which you can grab things. And finally, it functions as a shillelagh, as a quarterstaff that you can use as a weapon.
Yeah.
Cool.
In the middle of your conversation, you see this, well, you hear first a thunderclap. And then you see this bead of white light start to rapidly expand.
I think it's the bad shiny dwarf again. Gaspard, watch out!
And you just see Malborough's face, of all people. And behind him, all of your friends, and fog is just pouring through this thing.
So I'm wearing this new cloak. I've got a hand out to like defend Gaspard, even though he saved me from the other guy. And then I see these guys coming through the portal. I'm like, hi.
Is it Thibiaut?
Thibiaut.
Oh my god.
What are you doing?
I thought I'd never see you again.
Yes, I ran into, I think it was a curse, but it was a dwarf curse, and it was very mad, and it tried to kill me. But then Gaspard saved me, and I'm glad you're okay.
Gaspar from the Fade Trader, right?
Is that Marlborough?
Hello.
Hello.
Yeah, we don't know either.
Oh, yes, he can travel through the weave like Holly.
Well,
Wait, Ollie, were you calling me?
I was trying to, but
I heard
you
you.
wouldn't pick up.
I heard you. I could not do anything. I was trying to reach you, but I could not do it.
Did you ever get a drink, Thibiaut?
No. But I'm not thirsty anymore.
No. Sorry.
I gave one of these to Holly, and I thought it would be nice to give you one as well. So this is for an emergency, and I will give Thibiaut and Ulikuli.
Oh, thank you.
But seriously, like I say, wait until you have nothing left.
Okay.
I don't have any more.
I am pretty parched. Any chance we could get to that village?
Yes, but we'll have to travel again. Nearly 20 minutes.
As you all step through the portal, I just try to get all of your attention.
My friends, be careful. Do not step in this water. It is not dangerous, but it is sacred. So please do not disturb it.
No problem.
Yeah.
All right.
Snack, that means you.
Yes, of course, Thibiaut.
I'm kind of done with water for a while.
Well, now that we are all together again, we should hurry. We should go back to my home.
Well, we're not all together, Thibiaut. Dimitri was like,
Oh, Dimitri!
and
Yes.
I like pat around for my bag, and I see it's not there, and I'm like,
Yeah, you left it behind.
Oh no!
yes, Dimitri was like, see you guys later. Tell Thibiaut I said, bye-bye. And
Oh, he was all right.
That's not what
Well-
happened. Snack, tell him the truth about what you did.
Did he come back again?
he did try to kill us again, Thibiaut, and
I'm so sorry.
we debated it, and then Jeannie was like, really insisting, like, we should probably just leave the... I feel like I should set this lamp down and walk over here. And so anyways, we did what Jeannie said, and we left him behind, and that's where he is now, and hopefully we don't get killed by him.
I guess I understand why you would leave him behind. Hopefully all of the pieces are there, so when he comes back together again, he's not missing anything.
If you want, Thibiaut, I can just occasionally shoot someone with an Eldritch Blast just to make it feel like Dimitri's with us.
I do not think that will be necessary.
Well, I'll think about it.
I'll say this is kind of going on as you guys are traveling toward Mémoire. And Thibiaut, you're almost afraid to look on the town. But you're following this calm stream and this sort of ancient cobbled plaster stone wall on your way there. And then you see this stream that you're following cleanly divides the fog and the gloom from this beautiful summery village of Mémoire that is unharmed in any way.
I stop for a second right outside the like main part of the village, like before we really enter it, and kind of sigh and realize that it's okay and that dream wasn't real.
Yeah.
So, Thibiaut, what's the catch about this place?
There is no catch. This is my home. This is my village. It is Mémoire.
There's no evil
Mémoire.
blood-sucking worms.
No, it is my home. It is where my family lives.
Mémoire.
No riddles?
Mémoire.
No, it is just, see, these are houses, and then the people live in the houses.
And if you choose a certain house, you give up your strength?
No, it's just people like me
Wait, gnomes?
who live in the houses. Yes, it is like tier 3, but very smaller.
Mémoire.
Mémoire.
Okay.
At that moment, you all hear 3 sharp, piercing whistles that come in quick succession.
I duck and cover my head.
And then immediately following that, a clack, 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 as 3 brilliant white bone shards sink into this wooden signpost right next to you guys.
Thibiaut,
Oh my gosh.
what the fuck?
If he was just smiling and has his hands on his hips, like, sounds about right, looks about right.
It never ends.
You hear all this like rattling and clacking of something hard slapping against cobblestones. And you hear all of this, it's almost like serpentine belts and pulleys and leather creaking and just kind of this chaotic kerfuffle of noise. And then you see a rather thick, rather tall gnome riding a skeleton that is very different from Thibiaut's. And you hear, "Que d'ennemi? Thibiaut! Hello! Thibiaut!" a gnome that looks younger but is much larger than Thibiaut comes crashing towards him. You see that this gnome is different in its necromancy. It can't seem to control bones the way Thibiaut does. Instead, this guy is pulling on pieces of leather cord and pulling little wooden levers to cause his skeleton to walk around.
Yeah.
And he's holding this large crossbow that is loaded with bone bolts. And he says, Thibiaut, you are okay.
I am okay, and these are my friends, and I'm so sorry I was gone for so long. I know I should have come back sooner, and I know that I should not have gone at all. Really.
It is okay. Mwah, mwah. Tell me about your friends, Thibiaut.
Yes, this is Uli, and this is Snack, and he used to be a kobold, but now he's very tall. And
Très magnifique.
this is Oli, and she's
Oui.
a clothing designer
Oui.
and also a very powerful witch, and she can access the weave. And this is Bert, and he does tattoos, and he is also a writer, and he writes in Tildry.
Thibiaut.
And Oli, she does so much magic, it is incredible.
He kind of like hugs you so tight that you see their bones like intermingling for a second, and then he takes like a huge deep bow, and he like completely inverts, but is like kept in his ribcage by seatbelts, and he like folds back up and he says, "My name is Thibiaut Femur. I am Thibiaut's little brother.
Little.
It is so pleasant to meet you."
Nice to meet you too.
You see, following in behind Thibiaut, a very like prim and proper looking lady in her a gnome. All of these people are gnomes. In her like 50s, and then a much younger lady with these tiny glasses and a little squirrelish face. And the older one says, "I am Fen. It is good to meet you."
Hello, Fen. I'm Engelbert FF.
I suppose you're wondering much
right.
about who I am and what I do. I'm known as an archivist.
Oh.
I keep track of the bones important to our culture. But before you go calling me a necromancer, I am also a doctor and an architect and a knitter.
A lot of degrees.
Today will be a day of celebration. The finder of slippers has returned to Mémoire. The other smaller, squirrelier one steps forward and says, "Hello, everybody. I understand we don't all have French accents, and that's just a thing we're going to have to forget about." Anyway, I help Thibiaut and their family with their studies and their magic and their necromancy. Anyway, my name is Temikla. It's so good to meet all of you. Thibiaut takes a big step back and he says, "I'm so glad finally to have all of you in Mémoire. Thibiaut,
Yes, Fibula.
you're going to have to meet with Clan."
Oui. Grand-mère, is she quite mad?
I don't know. She departed for La Porte de la Nuit almost a week ago.
She was there? We just passed through.
Mama and Papa were not here. She had to respond to the call, if not you.
Yeah.
She is keeping it under protection, but you must go as soon as possible.
I will go. First, Fen, I have more bones to archive.
There will be time for that. But
Okay.
You need to rest before you go. It'll be a fitful slumber, but look at all of you. Barely half HP on some of you.
A nap, please.
My legs are still bleeding.
Yes, what was I thinking? Yes, let me bring you to my home so that you can rest.
Come, Thibiaut. Let us show them a proper bakery.
Oui.
Thanks so much for listening. I'm Tim, your DM and your genie.
I'm Hannah, playing Holly Hyacinth.
I'm Thomas. I play Engelbert FF Wisherspoon.
I'm Tara, and I play Thibiaut Femur.
I'm John. I play Snack the Kobold.
And I'm Maggie, playing Uli.